Hello everyone, my name is Marlet Mojica, and I would like for all of you to know that I am bilingual. Many of you are probably thinking, why does she mention this? What does this have to do with this speech? It has to do a lot with the speech, in fact. Being bilingual teaches me things, well, I learn things as a matter of fact now that I'm an adult, that there is differences between the Hispanic culture, between the English culture, for people who speak English. Take for example, when a child is being scolded in a Hispanic household, the child has to look down. They can't be looking up at the adult straight into the eye, because if they do, it is disrespectful. By looking down, it is more likely for the parent to know that the child is respecting their elderly. As for people who speak English, I've noticed this a lot. When a child is being scolded by their parent, they look up straight in the eye. And it is more respectful that way instead of the child looking down. In my own culture, Spanish uses their language in more of an emotional way. Take for example, I'm not sure if any of you've seen telenovelas or soap operas on TV, but you can tell the difference between when someone is being sad to being angry to being happy. In the Hispanics, or for the telenovelas, many of you may have noticed that when they cry, they're just bawling out, you just see their tears, and you just see some of their mucus coming out. It's kind of gross, and then they get their napkins and they're just like, blowing their nose, but they're still crying, they're still bawling because something horrible happened, something tragic happened, and they're just expressing all of their emotions. Or when they're angry and they're screaming, they're telling them, why did you do this, la la la, etc. Thing is that with Hispanics, we express our emotions a lot more into our language. We're not just speaking it. We're using our emotions to show everybody, this is how I'm feeling right now. Or as for example, when we're happy. When we're happy, well, we express it, we're laughing, this is amazing. As for English, it is more moderate. You notice in soap operas, they're just angry, they're serious, and they're thinking, why did you do this? As for Spanish, it's like, why did you do this? You're screaming. And that's how it is within the different cultural differences, that sometimes I have a hard time understanding that. When I am angry in Spanish, I express my emotions. But when I'm speaking in English, I have more of an intention to keep myself calm, to be more moderate, not to exaggerate too much, as you could say. And that is something that I have trouble with, because when people are being sarcastic with me, I sometimes don't catch that right away. I'm thinking about it and I ask, were you being sarcastic? And most people think, wow, is this girl okay? How can she not understand sarcasm? It's not that I can't understand it. I can catch it, and I can be sarcastic as well. But that also has to do with my language. Sometimes I can't define the differences because it's just, as I said before, it's the same thing as emotions. How can I overcome this? How can I pass this border? It is simple. Most likely to do more research and to look at other people when they're talking in English and see how they're expressing their emotion. As for people who speak Spanish, I have to look at them and I understand right away their emotion, how they're feeling. As for English, I can't tell. It is more difficult for me because, as I said before, in Spanish we speak more with our emotion. As for me to overcome this, or to be more open-minded about this, is that I have to listen more and I have to listen carefully to how people are feeling, how they're expressing their emotions. It might be a difficult task, but eventually I will be able to overcome this. That'll be all for my speech. I hope all of you enjoyed it. If you have any more questions, you may reply to me on the discussion board. Thank you. Have a great day.